want to take what I've learned and I want to put it all together and, you know, see what I have, put it all out there, everything I've done, everything you've taught me, put it out there on display.
Alright guys, we are here going behind the gi, behind the gloves with none other than Dayton Clement. Dayton, how long you been training here, Dayton?
I made 2 years on August 1st.
Okay, so quite a little while. I knew you were one of the, not quite the OGs, but somewhere near.
I trained with the OGs.
Yeah. So let's cut to the real nitty-gritty right here, okay, Dayton? So a lot of big three-letter word businesses, right? You know, like they got the NFL, they got the UFC, they got MLB, Major League Baseball,
The NRA.
NRA, they got the CIA, they got the FBI, but you don't work for any of those. You work for the
IRS.
Oh God! Ugh.
Surprise!
Okay, that's your guy, guys. That's your guy right there. Dayton, the audit, Clement.
I just feel like my friends list on Facebook is getting a lot shorter all of a sudden.
Just got unfollowed by everyone. All right. Cool. So anyway, we just picked, but all a good time. So Dayton, you've been training here for 2 years, and what's one of your favorite martial arts? Somebody's been asking. We're gonna go through all these questions. We do have to fit it in maximum 60 minutes. So let's get to it. What's your favorite martial art to train in, Dayton?
My favorite martial art to train in is Jiu-Jitsu and specifically no-gi.
Oh, okay. Why no-gi as opposed to the gi?
I do enjoy gi, but I like the aspect of no-gi because it's a little bit more technical. There's not as much to grab onto, so you've got to really know your position. You've got to know where you're at in relation to your opponent. In gi, even if you're a little off, you have the sleeves, the pants, you just have so much more to grab. So I feel like in no-gi, you've got to think a little bit more. Given in gi, you also have to think 'cause your opponent has just as much to grab, but it's just a personal preference, nothing more.
Oh, that one's from Kim Trahan. I think maybe her favorite is well, I know her favorite's Muay Thai, but in Jiu-Jitsu she likes the no-gi. So she also asks, what's next? I don't know where that's going. What's next, Dayton?
What's next is I plan on earning my blue belt before the end of the year. I'll say I started training Jiu-Jitsu actually in January of 18. So I know that the average is about 2 years to get a blue belt. So I'm hoping to impress you with what I can do and hopefully get that blue belt before January. Beat the learning curve.
Yeah, Dayton's no easy round on the mats. Do no-gi, gi. Started doing the submission quest tournaments, competing in all the local tournaments too. So and the MMA practices. Make sure your jiu-jitsu holds up the punches as well. So all's good. This one, okay. So this one, have you ever had to use your MMA skills outside of the gym or come close?
I have not yet had to use them. I'll say I've come close. I'll say there are sometimes I've been out with my friends, people would get a little rowdy. You know, a lot of my friends are women, so I'm one of the few guys in the group, and pretty much the only one confident enough that if something would happen, I would take the lead on it. So thankfully, none of that's ever happened. I'm also pretty good with talking my way out of situations, so if I can avoid conflict, I will. But I will say I'm always ready to use it if need be.
What's your favorite part so how did you hear about Headkicks, and what's your favorite part about the gym from Kim Trahan?
I actually heard about it from Complete Nutrition whenever they were still in business. Nick, I believe his last name's Forgy. I may be butchering that.
Nick, appreciate you.
But yeah, I happened to go in the store one day. I was looking for a criminal investigations position at my job, and one of the CI agents recommended a little self-defense. They train with Secret Service, and one of the things is self-defense, so he recommended if I was interested to try out a little bit, self-defense and all that. So I talked to Nick, and he recommended y'all, and then I came here and instantly fell in love with it.
I've forgotten about that. But what's your favorite part about Headkicks?
My favorite part about Headkicks would definitely have to be the people. I'll say the people make this gym what it is. I feel like I could talk to anyone from the fitness class, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, you name it. If I need help with something, everyone's willing to help out. Everyone's very controlled. It's just a really good learning environment. The people definitely make this gym what it is.
We enjoy having you. This one from Tyler Listy, who just fought and won a couple weeks ago. What's your motive for getting in the cage for the first time? At what point in your training journey did you decide you want to take a fight? Because breaking news in 2.5 weeks now, Dayton Clement's fighting on September 21st in Denham Springs. So what's your motive for getting in the cage for the first time? And what point in your training journey did you decide you wanted to take a fight?
So the reason I want to fight is I want to take what I've learned and I want to put it all together and, you know, see what I have, put it all out there, everything I've done, everything you've taught me, everything everyone else has taught me, and put it out there on display. I'll say I've done the Rumble Night tournaments, I've done the Submission Quest, but MMA is just a whole new monster, and I'll say it's just, I've been watching everyone else fight, and it's just been, you know, it's been exciting. I've always thought, you know, I kind of want to get in there, but I was always so unsure of it. And then actually it was recently that I decided I was ready to take a fight. Actually at Tyler Hill's last fight, while I was there, I was actually talking to Theo's mom, and she used to be a fighter and everything. And while we were talking back there, I was telling her how I'd talked to you and I was thinking I was ready for a fight. And we just kind of discussed some things, how to get into the right mindset and all that. And I realized that the only one stopping me from stepping in the cage was myself. I just had to realize I need to put all my uncertainty, all my unrest away, and just, if I wanted to do it, I needed to tell myself I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get out there, and I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna win. And so, I was like, shout out to Theo's mom. She was...
From Brooke Stelly, what's your favorite or biggest change or improvement that you've noticed in your life since joining Headkicks?
Definitely my self-confidence, for sure. Ever since joining this gym, like I said, not only have I gotten more confident in my abilities, you know, in training martial arts and getting more fit in the fitness classes and all that, just being comfortable with confrontation. Not that anyone's confronting in here, but you know, in Nogi, I mean, you're rolling with another person in Submission Quest and Rumble Night. You know, it's all about confrontation. So I've gotten a lot more confident in all of that, and I would definitely say that's my one of my biggest improvements. I used to be, surprisingly enough, I used to be a little shy, a little skittish, and even in my job, I've noticed I'm a lot more confident. I speak with, you know, more with, I guess, more bite behind my bark kind of thing. I know how to explain things better, just an all-around sense of self-confidence.
And when you came here 2 years ago, how much do you weigh right now?
I weigh about, right now I weighed myself this morning, 150.
And what were you when you first came?
Close to 180, I was about 176, so.
Cody Dillahay, what do you feel more confident in, striking or grappling?
Definitely my grappling. I do have confidence in my striking, but I just love Jiu-Jitsu, and I just feel so much more confident whenever I'm on the ground. I am more of a defensive than offensive roller, but I feel like I'm really good at controlling my opponent, and just, I feel like whenever I'm in Jiu-Jitsu, I'm more in control, and I really like that feeling.
Very good. This one from Connor Ardoin. Which sparring partner typically challenged you the most in Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai?
Ooh, that's a hard one because I train with so many people, but I'll say I'm gonna give a shout out to the OGs. I would definitely say in Jiu-Jitsu, it's Braden Oaks. Man, like I said, I feel like I'm always in control and I have good control over my opponent's stuff, but with Braden, he dominates me every time, but he also pushes me. I don't give up easy, and he doesn't give me easy rounds, and he really pushes me in Jiu-Jitsu when I get the chance to roll with him. In sparring, I would have to say, actually, as of recent, it would probably be Jade Angel. I'll say he's really been, whenever we spar, he's always given me tips and tricks. He always points out things he notices certain times whenever I let my guard down. He's always helping me improve, but he doesn't go easy on me. Just because I get my hand up doesn't mean he's not coming up with something else on the other side. So he helps me out, but he also pushes me a lot. And that was just recently, we just started going together, and I mean, it clicked. I would say I really enjoy getting to spar with him.
You just got bumped up to orange today too.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool, shout out to Jade. Deep question right here, would you rather slip a punch or land one? Would you rather be on the evasive side of not just a punch, a physical punch, but like a punch in life? Would you rather just slide it by? Would you rather be the one like asserting the punch? You can read into that one, Connor Ardoin.
Yeah, I'll say, to me, I actually kind of like the aspect of slipping a punch, because it's not just the evasive part of it, because I feel like whenever you slip a punch, whether it be in a fight or whether it be in life, you have that time to reposition yourself and get yourself in a better position, and then you come back with the punch. When you have that solid opening, when they've let their guard down, when you've gotten around it, you just can come back with so much more power and so much more effort. I always want to land a punch when it's there, but I feel like I want to be in the best position possible, and I feel like slipping it would give me, I've learned that recently, that slipping it gives me that advantage to get around, to just get to a better position, to really solidify my position in the fight, whether, like you said, whether it be in life or whether it be in fighting. So it's kind of a two-pronged thing. I definitely want to land that punch, but I want to be in the best position possible, and I feel like slipping it would give me that.
That move is something you've been working on a lot lately.
Yes.
I could tell on Tuesday night when you were sparring, it was on a swivel. That was good. Last question from Michael Zarang. What do you expect for your debut fight? Who are you fighting, for starters?
I am fighting Peter Lafredo. I hope I'm saying that right. I haven't actually met him yet, but I'll say I'm fighting Peter Lafredo on September 21st in Denham Springs. But I really think I'm going to win this fight. I've been really practicing. I've been going a lot harder than usual. I've been pushing myself. I've been having other people push me. I haven't really let people, I've chosen harder opponents that I might not go with normally if I was just, having a bad week or something. Even though I'm, working 8-9 hour days, I come here, I'm tired, and I still pick out, the 4 toughest people I can, whether it be in jiu-jitsu or sparring or small gloves. I'll say I just keep having them push me. So I really think I'm going to go out there. One of my advantages is definitely going to be my stamina. I feel like I can hang for quite a while. My striking's gotten a lot better, so I'm a lot more confident in that. And like I said, my grappling, I feel at home on the ground. So I feel like I'm just all around well-rounded. So even if he might have the advantage in one area, I definitely feel like I'm pretty well-rounded to handle anything he throws at me.
I think so too, man. Dayton does the 5:30 fitness classes, the 6:30 Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, and then the 7:30 the advanced classes as well for a long time now. So he puts in some work. So Dayton's always helping set up or things with the grand opening, or even something with a kids class, or if I'm out, Dayton's always stepping up and bringing the fruit trays when we watch the fights. And so we appreciate having you here, and I'm also expecting a good time on September 21st for your first fight. And I think you're going to do great. So I think you're going to win this, and I think it's going to be a good time. So I'm proud of you, Dayton. We'll keep it rolling. All right?
All right.
Cool. Anybody you want to thank? Any shout-outs, last-minute shout-outs? You want to get training partners or sponsors or whomever else, co-workers?
So don't feel bad if I leave you out, because there's just too many people to name in the short amount of time we have. But obviously, I want to thank all the coaches, you, Damon, Tyler. I will say y'all all pushed me really hard. K-Sue, I will say she's been teaching a few of the classes lately. Definitely Braden Oaks. I've been doing some private lessons with him, and I mean, he's just been getting me ready. Obviously, all the people I've been sparring with and training with lately, everyone who's been giving me tips, tricks, help, Jade, Ross, Kim, and I want to give a shout out to my mom, Suzanne Clement. I'll say she always encouraged me to pretty much do what I wanted to and just try out different things. She was always the one who was basically at all of our events, all of our school things. She supports me, even though she doesn't like coming here and watching me get in the cage and do Rumble Night and Submission Quest. She's still here and she supports me as best she can. She tells me she may close her eyes at times, but she's still here and she supports me through all of it. Also, a shout out to my dad. He works so much that he doesn't quite have the opportunity to come here as much, but I know that if he had the opportunity, he'd be here all the time watching me do all of this Submission Quest, Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. He tries to make every one he can. So I'd like to give a shout out to them because I'll say it was definitely unexpected whenever I started this. I was never did any real sports or anything in high school and college or anything like that. So whenever I told them I was doing this, it took them by surprise, but they've been more than supportive, and that it really helped out, having them just be there for me and tell me, to keep going and push myself. Whenever I told them I had a fight, I thought my mom was gonna die, and she was just like, good for you, trying to hold it back. And my dad's just, he's so mad because he won't be able to make it because he has work that day. But my dad's so excited. So I'll say I want to give a shout out to them because they've been really, really supportive through all of this.